Hi friends, you're welcome once again to my channel, Treasure Builders with Shola Murumfulu. It's so nice to be back even on this channel where we look at developmental milestones in children in the early years. And in this particular episode, we are looking at language developmental milestones. And remember, we've been looking at the different language developmental milestones in the children. And I'm so happy even to be recording this particular episode even from Ghana. I'm on a visit presently to the University of Education in Winneba, Ghana, and that's where I'm shooting this particular video from. And so today we'll be looking at language developmental milestones in children 12 to 18 months. But before we go into that topic, I just want to do a recap of what we did in the last episode. And the last episode, we looked at red flags in the language development of children 6 months to 12 months. And one of the major red flags that we identified is the fact that when children are unable to babble at that point in time, it's a red flag. When they are not able to point or identify objects or make gestures, it's a red flag. So today we want to look at the developmental milestones in children, language developmental milestones to be precise, in children 12 to 18 months. So what are those things to expect? So let's go and talk about that now. And one major thing to expect from children at this age is the ability to identify different parts of their bodies. Yes, they can identify, they can touch, they can mention the different parts of their bodies. And to help them in this particular aspect, there are so many songs that we use even as caregivers, as educators, to help children in identifying parts of their body and teaching them. And some very common ones, which I'm sure that most of us are aware of, we have head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears. You know the song. And another variant of that is my head, my shoulders, my knees, my toes, my head, my shoulders, my knees, my toes. So when children sing these songs, they are able to identify parts of them. But even when they've been taught and they're not even singing the song, they can identify parts of their bodies. Another thing about this age group is their love and their desire for songs, for rhymes. So at this point, we introduce to them a lot of songs, a lot of rhymes. In fact, everything they are being taught, even at this particular period, has to involve lots of songs, lots of rhymes. They learn the things they learn, rhymes. You want to teach them how to brush their teeth, you involve a song. For instance, this is the way I brush my teeth. And so even to wash their hands, this is the way I wash my hands. So many songs to teach them different things at this level. So at this period, their life, their learning revolves around songs, rhymes, singing, dancing, and actions. Also, they are able to understand simple commands and instructions at this time. So whatever rules you want to begin to lay down for your children or your those in your care at this particular time, it's better you start laying them down. They can understand simple instructions, simple commands like get up, sit down, move over there. Also, maybe you have some table manners rules that you want to lay down for them. It's very good to lay it down even at this particular period. For instance, it's a rule you wash your hands before eating. It's a rule you take your plates to the kitchen, wash your hands before eating. Whatever rules you want to inculcate to your children, this is a very good time even to do that. It's part of their language development. They can understand and they'll definitely put it into action. Then research has also shown us that this age group forms the background for language development. Yes, everything concerning their future language development is molded even during this age group. So that is why as educators, as teachers, it's important and it is advisable that we teach them to start learning how to read. You'll be saying at 1, yes, you start teaching them. And how do you do that? Is by introducing them to phonics. And phonics is a method of teaching children how to read and write using the sounds of the alphabet, not the alphabet names. And the phonics method, it's an all-round. It involves all the senses of the children. It involves using songs. It involves using actions. It involves using stories. Those things that the children find interesting, even to learn to do at that particular age. So it is important to introduce them to phonics at this time. When we do that, we are laying the background for their language development. And you'll be surprised, a child that is introduced to phonics at this level, by the time the child is like 3 years old, you find that the child starts reading, and you'll just be surprised at how come. It's because they've been introduced early enough to the language, to phonics at the period where their brain is processing the language, and in addition to this, at this period, whatever language we want them to speak, it's also the right period to introduce them to that language. So if you want them to speak 2-3 languages, if you introduce it to them at this age, you'll be surprised that the children will learn how to speak. So at this point, we'll come to the end of today's topic, language developmental milestones in children 12 to 18 months. Once again, I want to say, if you are here to subscribe to my channel, please do. If you've not been sharing my video, please do. And make sure you like this particular episode that you've just watched. Once again, I want to say thank you. If you have a question or a comment, please drop in the comment section, and we'll be glad even to answer, to give response to your comments. Once again, I want to say thank you for watching, and from Ghana, I say, may they say.